everyone around you dies.
Shrinkage.
No, that's not okay.
Well, that's the end of episode 1, guys.
Stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros.
Episode 1 of Bards and Nobles. Bards and Nobles, just us playing D&D in a garage. Hopefully not getting too drunk by the end of the night. Just like the really good drunk.
Hashtag life goals.
So we've been playing this campaign for, what is it, like a year and a half now? Are we coming up on 2 years?
Yeah, we're getting
February,
close to 2 years.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, kind of started off with some good story, good adventures. At this point, really, I'm just trying to kill you guys, but in a way that makes sense. So we'll see how that goes. I guess we can go ahead and go around the table and introduce ourselves. I'm Brian. I'll be the dungeon master for our Dungeons and Dragons 5e game. This isn't, we're kind of loose with the rules. What would you guys say? Like,
yeah.
And it's not like any official material. It's kind of a patchwork of Forgotten Realms. So some things may sound familiar. A lot of it, I'm just making it up. So yeah, let's go. I guess Aaron, you're up.
Okay. I'm Aaron. I play a human bard named James McMahon. James is the 7th son born to a noble family, and he just had wanderlust and didn't really care much for his noble upbringing and wandered out and to seek adventure on his own.
Fucking rich kids.
Huh?
Nothing.
He
Had to find himself in Europe for a while.
Kind of hostile.
He encountered the group during an Etna attack on a town that he was in. There was a two-headed beast attacking the town, and James lended his aid and has been stuck with these half-orcs ever since. So,
And elves.
Andrew?
I'm Andrew. I play Theron, and I am a rogue wood elf. Trickster rogue, actually. I thought the idea of a rogue with some magical talent sounded like a good time for shenanigans. I was actually, my village was attacked when I was young. Parents killed, the whole village was killed. I've been taken in by a benefactor, a rich elf that brought me up in the ways of the trickster rogue, and his dying wish was, his final task, which was hunting down his enemies because he was poisoned. The last 30 years I've spent, while these yahoos were on some forgotten magical island, spent the last 30 years tried to raise a family. They got killed by the same woman that I'm trying to hunt down for my master's murder. But a merry band of crazy people. Then I'll just pass it on to our warlock, sorcerer,
not a warlock,
mage,
Our quiet guy.
the guy who doesn't say anything.
Magic user.
Yeah, our token magic guy.
I'm Charles, and I play Kefrit, this half-elf sorcerer. Close. And Kefrit just, kind of woke up one day as late teens, not knowing anything about his past or where he's from.
And he'll continue singing just forever.
Nope.
Fucking bard.
Okay.
and anyway, he's just has been wandering around trying to figure out where he came from and where his magical powers have come from, and he can't really control them very well. There's lots of dangerous side effects happen when he uses his magic. And he met the group when he was in a town one day looking for a ride on a boat to go to an island to search for some clues about his origin, and he's just kind of stuck with the group ever since because it's a good group. They're very adventurous, and profitable sometimes. So
I don't know what group you're hanging out with.
We've done all right. Hey, my name is Boyd. I play the Ranger Krognak. He's a half-orc.
Krognak.
raised by a dwarf named Tobias Broadaxe. Tobias Broadaxe ran a giant hunters guild where he raised Krognak to be a hunter and ranger. It's on the lay of the land. As he got older, Krognak kind of grew restless underneath his father's command, kind of wanted to get out from under his father's shadow. So he set out to make a name for himself. As he came to one of his first towns, there was a uproar at the docks. And when Krognak went to intervene, he ended up in a tussle with another half-orc. And midway through the fight, he came to realize that this half-orc was his long-lost brother. As him and his brother spent time hearing about his past and the clan that he came from, he decided to travel with his brother and start an adventuring guild over to my brother.
I'm Trey O'Neill, and I play Kraken. I'm half-orc barbarian, and I am the captain of the Millennium Falcon.
I thought it was the Falcon.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a grand, beautiful ship, and I am Krognak's brother, and I left the tribe of Krognak to go find my brother and bring him back to the tribe of Krognak.
That's right, my name's Krognak. Didn't learn that till later.
And I hope you enjoyed this first episode until we get sued by Disney for using the name.
Okay, so yeah, let's get caught up to where we're at right now. Like we said, we've been doing this for a while, so it's a little bit of backstory. What brought you to where we're starting?
Okay.
A boat.
Golden bitches.
I guess I'll take care of that. So last time on before we had a podcast, we were delivering a VIP named Orgrim, a dwarf cleric, to the city of Deep Mist. We arrived there and delivered him safely, got paid, and then set out on our next task, which was to deliver 12 barrels, right?
It was a number of barrels.
A number of barrels.
Yes, 12 barrels.
12 barrels was the correct number. And
A sailor's dozen.
a sailor's dozen.
Which is just a regular dozen. That's not a thing.
To the town of New Pite.
It's a city.
The city of New Pite.
I think it's an island.
The island of New Pite.
I mean, it's like an island nation.
I don't know if its geography makes up,
place.
like really determines its
It's
like
the location of New Pite.
The location of New Pite. And,
its governmental status.
Also, Captain Kraken was charged with delivering a letter to the mayor of New Pite.
I think he's just the leader. I don't know if he's
The
actually
leader of New Pite.
I'll call him
Congressman?
Congressman of one.
We're dealing with a tough crew, and Kraken has been doing drills and stuff to
I've been drilling my men.
You've been drilling his men just left and right, just drilling them hard. And
Life is tough.
group of seamen though.
our not warlock Keith has been feeling kind of ill lately. So we'll see how that thread line, that plot line goes. And as we
Now we're dropping it.
I'll see what the script says.
and as we set sail for New Pite, a suspicious cloud came into being.
Dude, that cloud.
Maybe.
That cloud is something up with that cloud.
Someone pat that cloud down.
The ranger Krognak took notice of a cloud that didn't seem natural and brought it to the crew, who quickly ignored it. And
laughed at him
then
a
we
little
were
bit.
all attacked by a group of tentacles, and that is where we will start today's session.
So yeah, we're going to go with the initiative that we just rolled.
While we fixed the fuck up of this ungodly audio
Yeah,
setup.
you guys are sailing along. It was an overcast day. The ship was overall pretty quiet.
It's overcast?
Is it over? Can we still see the cloud?
It's overcast.
They're all clouds.
Give me a perception check. Who's in the crow's nest? Krognak?
Yeah. This single cloud has become part of a larger network of clouds.
It's a gaggle of clouds.
This cloud slipped in behind other clouds.
A murder of
21.
clouds. 21. You kind of see the location of. You look in the direction that you saw the cloud last, and you don't actually see the cloud. There's just too many other clouds to be able to differentiate. But as you're peering off in the distance, you're pretty sure you can make it out. All of a sudden, the ship comes to a violent ruckus. Not quite a halt, but it shakes violently as you see people tossed aside. In fact, everyone give me a dexterity save.
Hooray!
Puddle became a puddle.
21.
24.
12.
16.
8.
Theron, Keith, and Krognak, the three of you are taken by surprise as the entire ship just lurches to one side and you guys fall prone. Krognak, you fall out of the crow's nest.
Oh, God.
How high is...
Smack! And you give me a dexterity gun, one more dexterity save to see how much damage.
How many bones you break? 17 bones.
Okay. You fall, and on the way down, you're able to grab onto one of the ropes to kind of slow your way. And you land on your feet, but you kind of roll your ankle a little bit and take 6 points of damage.
Bam.
As this happens, you guys see 3 giant tentacles come over the sides of the ship. One of them smacks into one of your sailors, Puddle. Just burying him underneath this massive tentacle. So right now you see one giant tentacle laying across the main deck. You see another one coming up on the forecastle of the ship, and you see a third one reaching over the middle and starting to wrap itself around the main mast. Kraken,
nice.
You are first.
All right. I would like to rage.
All right.
I would like to frenzy.
Okay.
And I would like to recklessly attack.
Okay.
The tentacle that is... where was the tentacle that's on top of one of the crew members?
It's in the middle of the main deck.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to run to that
It's
one.
kind of like adjacent the catapult that's on the deck.
Okay. I should be close enough to that. I'm on the main deck, so.
You jump down.
Yeah, I run over there and I just start hacking away with Lagatha.
Okay. As you go to swing, you notice that the sword itself feels heavier than you remember. And just the split second when you drew it, you notice the markings that it had on it are gone.
Okay.
And yeah.
I accept this.
The bonuses that it had before, you don't get them right now.
Obviously, you're supposed to just hug it.
So just
kill it.
It's just instead of the, what was it, +3?
It was a +2.
+2. Instead of the +2, you don't get any bonuses right now.
Okay. All right. So instead of hitting like a freight train, you still just hit like a truck. Does a 21 hit?
It does.
That is 12 damage.
Okay. Whack! You just lay into the tentacle and you split it open, and just this like viscous kind of clear liquid kind of spurts out at you.
Ew.
You said 12 damage?
12, yeah.
Okay.
Hit it again.
Okay.
Does a 24 hit?
It does.
Another 12 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you just hack into that same spot. Anything else?
How's it looking?
Like a giant tentacle.
And I hit
It's
it
still
again.
just laying there. The tip, it's squirming around a little bit,
Just a bit.
tentacle-like.
And I'm going to hit it again.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
It does.
16 damage.
Okay. Smack, smack, smack. After 3 hits right in the same spot, you're trying to sever this thing. You see it kind of jerk and wriggle, and it slithers back and retreats overboard. And it just like slides back into the ocean.
Okay. I would like, as a free action, I'd like to just yell, all hands below deck.
Okay.
And I would like to help up or start moving towards the hand that was on the deck and try to help him.
Okay, yeah, you yell that out, and a couple of the guys who are near you can see you. You see some of them have already started scurrying about the ship, and they start immediately. A couple of them make their way down. Puddle, the rat folk that was right before you, he's still alive, still breathing. His eyes are closed though. As you reach down to start helping them up.
Okay.
Theron, you're next.
Yeah. I'm going to get up first because I got knocked off my feet.
All right, so that'll take half your movement.
Sweet. And how far am I from the tentacle on the main deck that's wrapped around the mast?
Where were you on the? You were on the
poop deck.
On the what? The poop
deck.
Is that the back?
The quarter deck,
Okay.
whatever you want to call it. The rear castle.
15, 20, 20. You're about 30 feet away.
Damn it. All right. Well, I'm going to attack it with my bow then.
Okay.
what's left of my bow anyway.
Pull an arrow out. Did you get your bow fixed, or you got a new one?
He bought a new one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because the last one was all jankied up.
Yeah.
Also, your armor was janked up.
That's true. But I got new armor. So it's all purple and steady. Anyway. Yeah. Shut up. All right. Does a 28 hit?
A 28 definitely hits.
Hooray. All right. For 11 damage. Oh, is anybody nearby? Do I get sneak attack?
Right now,
Is Kraken or Krognak close? Because we're both on the main deck.
let's see. You were by the wheel.
I fell
right?
out of the crow's nest. I was on the main deck.
Oh, okay.
And attacked the whatever.
Right now, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So yeah, 11 damage.
All right, yeah. The arrow sinks right into it. Doesn't quite penetrate the full thickness of the tentacle.
The girth of the tentacle.
But yeah, as soon as it hits, you see it tightens up a little bit and starts wrapping around the main mass.
I'm gonna stow my bow.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my scimitar and I'm gonna start working my way towards the below decks.
Okay. Are you going down the stairs or over the railing?
I'm just gonna go down the stairs.
Okay, yeah, you put your bow away, whip the sword out, and make your way. The boat's, rocking back and forth, but you're just like making your way down the steps.
And I'm gonna, I don't know if I have enough movement to actually get below decks, but I'm gonna stop before I go because I'm gonna try and hit it one more time before I go below decks.
Okay, yeah, you can make it to the bottom of the stairs and you get right in front of the door.
That works.
So. All right, Keith.
All right. I don't remember where I was exactly, but I assume it's somewhere on the deck.
I think, all of you were top deck.
Top decking.
Let me roll. You were hanging out on the main deck when right next to you, Puddle got smashed.
All right. So I look at the tentacle that's wrapped around the main mast or whatever. And I'm going to cast lightning bolt.
Okay.
Boy, if you ruin my sail.
I have to make a dexterity save.
Yes, a dex save against 17.
It fails.
All right.
So you channel your arcane energy and sparks of magic fly through the air. You throw your hands forward and deal
35 damage.
35 damage. Lightning surges forth from your hands and it hits the tentacle, and you can see the shock and convulsions travels through the entire tentacle. And you, after a split second, you see some of the other tentacles even convulse as well. And as it shakes, it immediately kind of goes limp, but starts slinking back and goes off the ship.
All right.
So you guys see at this point, there's one tentacle on the deck still on the front, the forecastle of the ship. But as you release your lightning, you can feel that same tingle of wild magic start coursing through your veins. Go ahead and roll your wild magic.
I would just love to say that I love wild magic.
27.
It makes the Kraken tiny. The captain, not the beast.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Everyone around you dies.
Shrinkage.
No, that's not, okay.
Nope, that's the end of episode 1, guys.
Thank you for joining us on Bards.
No, for the next minute, all your spells with a casting time of 1 action have a casting time of 1 bonus action instead.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So
wild,
for the next minute,
there's still the restriction of like 1 spell per
yeah,
turn.
you can only cast another spell if it's a cantrip that's an action,
Right.
or that's an
But
action.
now you could say, I cast this spell, and I also take the dodge action.
That's true.
Or can attack or run.
Then cast a spell.
Yeah.
And after James tells you that, he takes his turn. James is next.
Got it.
After James meta games.
Metagame James.
Meta James.
I look at the situation around me, and it's just chaos, and it's crazy.
Yeah, you see a couple sailors running around. You see a few of them have ducked underboard already. Some of the rat folk have dove over the side, not into the water, but just scurrying on the side of the ship to get down below deck. You see Theron has made his way down off the quarter deck. He looks like he's headed towards the bottom. Keith has just shot a bolt of lightning at the main tentacle, and that's retreated below the waters.
So we see
Krognak has fallen off the crow's nest, but gracefully landed on his feet on the main deck. and you see the captain Kraken himself helping up one of the fallen sailors.
So the tentacles are
There's
gone.
one tentacle reaching up on the front of the ship by the ballista, and it looks like it's actually got one of the sailors. It's starting to grapple him. Yeah.
Okay. I see this tentacle, and I see that this man needs help.
Okay.
And I curse this tentacle using vicious mockery.
Okay. What do you say to it?
I say to this tentacle, you vile, impudent lump.
Okay. For vicious mockery, does he have to hear you?
It has a 60-foot.
Does he have to hear?
Does it have to hear you?
Allow me to look that up.
Or does it have to see you? Because if it has to hear you or see you, it will have no effect.
I'm just saying, water transmits sound very well.
Yeah, man. Water
Not
is like
through it, over
really
it.
good.
Because it's so bad at absorbing it.
Allow me to look this information up for you that we can tell our podcast listeners that it must.
I imagine
If the target can hear you.
Yeah. You
I still
call it.
Yeah.
What did you call it again?
A vile, impudent mass.
You
Or
yell
lump,
it.
Lump.
You yell it in that direction, and Dodd looks at you with the most like WTF face.
He's like, I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Anything else?
I suppose I bonus action inspire this Dodd so that hopefully he can escape.
Okay. And you.
I bardically inspire him.
All right. Finally realizing what you're doing, he kind of nods at you and tries to break the grapple. And hearing your words, you see a flash of inspiration in his eyes as he just throws his arms out in a Hercules fashion, and the tentacle just bursts off of him and smacks against the side rail.
Yes.
And then he looks at you and gives you the thumbs up.
I nod.
And then he
just
even smiles when he does it. And you
Nod
see
at
his
Dodd.
missing teeth. And
I nod at Dodd. I give him the single nod.
all right, Krognak, you're up.
I stand.
Okay, you were already standing.
Half your movement, though.
Oh, I didn't land on my feet. My bad.
Yep.
You already said it, though?
You rolled your ankle a little bit.
You landed on your
continue
foot and
to
your
stand.
ankle.
I thought I landed and like rolled.
Nah.
No. It still cost him half his movement.
That's fine. I can dash as a bonus action now.
Sorry, I had like 3 already or 4. I don't know.
I Hunter's Mark.
You don't got to drive.
Yeah.
You hunter's mark.
I Hunter's Mark the creature.
Okay.
I assume all these tentacles are attached to the same creature. I Hunter's Mark the creature whose tentacles wrapped around the mast. The mast.
That one has already retreated back underwater. Right now, the only tentacle above on the ship is the one that was wrapped around Dodd that he heroically threw off. You
Oh, that's
see
the
one
only one
tentacle.
left?
Yeah, that's the only one on.
Oh, then I'm just gonna shoot it twice
Okay.
with my Hunter's Mark.
You're shooting it with your hunter's mark?
No, I Hunter's Marked it, and
You heard him.
21 hit.
How much?
21.
It does. Yeah, these are pretty massive tentacles, so you guys are noticing it's pretty easy to hit them.
I try hard. I try not as hard.
19.
19 damage, all right.
Just more lackadaisically. 19 plus 4
For what?
for damage.
Hunter's Mark?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I got ready to put my second.
Why?
It's a 25.
It does.
15 on that.
All right. Is that with your Colossus Slayer? Do you have Colossus Slayer anymore?
I do have Colossus
Oh, okay.
Slayer. I didn't use it though. I didn't.
Okay, gotcha. How much was the second damage? 15?
15. Can I do my Colossus Slayer magic? Reminded me.
Yeah.
God damn it,
It's an
Brian.
additional 5.
That's the sound of Colossus Slayer.
The official sound.
How much?
It's an additional 5.
Okay.
And is this a beast or monstrosity?
It
don't know.
is
Is it Kraken a
definitely
An aberration.
a
Beastrosity.
beastrosity. So yes, to your answer that you asked for.
Then add +2 to both those damage. Give them additional +4 damage.
No. It stacks, yeah.
Well, for each attack, I get +2.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it's a beastrosity, so you get...
These arrows fly through the air over James's head, over Theron's head, and sinks deep into the tentacles. It actually pins it to the side rail that Dodd threw the tentacle against. But you can immediately see that the tentacle recoils just from the sheer pain of it, and it kind of rips a chunk out as it pulls itself away from the arrow and goes beneath deck. At first split second, there's a brief moment of quiet as there's no tentacles on the deck, and then you hear a violent, everything shakes. Everyone give me a dexterity save.
Nat 20.
All right.
16.
I would like to use cutting words against Boyd.
I'm going to kill the bard.
All right.
6.
All right.
18.
Okay.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
My hornet. 20.
Everyone braces themselves because they're already ready for battle. Keith, just taken, just surprised by the wild magic, still kind of disoriented. You are thrown off your feet and land flat on your back on the main deck as you're sprayed in the face with some water that's come from over the side. You see, at this point, most of the sailors have gone below deck. The only 3 that are above deck are Rathmite, one of the rat folk who has the whiter fur, Marcus, and Tegan.
Is it my turn?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
And then for that shake,
I still have my movement. Can I use my movement?
you hear, oh yeah, you can go ahead and move.
I want to use my movement and just move to the front of the ship, to the foremost.
Okay. To the forecastle where Dodd was standing. I'm sorry, you still see Dodd on the top deck as well. Kraken, give me a perception check.
Okay. 13.
13. You actually see, as you're scanning the deck of the ship, you see Tegan willfully just kind of jump off the side of the ship.
Oh, okay.
You guys hear from below deck some yelling and some screaming and a large cracking noise. And
Really?
A cracking noise, you say?
dang it. Okay. You see 3 more tentacles come over to the top side of the deck. One on the forecastle, one on the main deck, one on the back by the wheel. In fact, that one just lands kind of on top of the wheel itself.
Kraken hug.
Kraken, your turn.
Okay. Do I see any other deckhands other than Puddles?
Puddles is in your hands. Rathmite, he's above the cargo hold right now. He looks like when the octopus attacked, he was up in not the rafters, but yeah, he was up in the rigging and stuff. And then you see Dodd up at the front, and you see, did I say Marcus? Yeah, and you see Marcus.
I call to Rathmite and I say, get Puddles below deck.
Okay. He runs to you. All right. He immediately runs to you, just nimbly avoiding wreckage and staying on his feet. And he grabs Puddles and immediately starts rushing down into the door.
Okay. And then from there, I run to the tentacle closest to me, which is on the main deck.
Yes.
And I recklessly attack it.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Okay. That'd be for 20 damage.
Okay.
Messed up my math. It's okay.
It's hard.
Well, I had +2 to everything.
All right.
Addition so hard. Shut up.
It is.
Next
Oh
attack.
man, that simple arithmetic.
They didn't have good
Does a natural
schools for
20
half
hit?
orcs.
Huh?
They didn't have good schools for half.
Barely.
Just
It barely hits.
all right. Roll this fistful of dice
And the enemy explodes.
for 27 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you whack. You swear as soon as it hits, you feel it slice all the way through to the deck, and as you remove your sword, there's still like a tether of it left attached, but it's still moving and wriggling around.
All right. I'm going to hit it again.
Okay.
Does a 24 hit
It does.
for 16 damage.
Okay. All right, third swing, and you slice it. You finish off that little tether that was still attached, and just this disgusting plopping noise. The thicker part of it pulls away and squirts you with whatever liquid comes out. This dark, gooey liquid from inside the tentacle itself, and it sprays all over you as the arm retreats back over the side of the ship. Still a large section of the tentacle laying on the ship, just kind of twitching at this point.
Krognak yells at Dibs. I'm gonna eat that.
Okay, anything else?
I guess I'll move to the forecastle.
All right, you just start chugging. One, two. Just trying to stay steady. It feels like the rocking of the ship makes for difficult terrain, so you're not able to get quite as far as 40 feet. Okay. You get about 20, roughly half. All right,
I'll allow it.
Okay, but you get to the stairs moving up to the forecastle. Theron, you're up next.
Sweet. How far is that tentacle for me? The closest one? Or the one that's wrapped around the main mast? Is it still wrapped around the main mast?
The one that was on the main deck is actually destroyed. So there's one on the back deck above you and on the front deck elevated still.
How far is the one on the back deck?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 30, 35 feet.
Okay. I'm going to run up to the one on the back deck and I'm going to booming blade him.
Okay. What's your movement speed?
50. Oh, I got plenty of movement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, you run up to it, even as unsteady as the ship is being right now. Your nimble elf
rogue
movement. Yeah, you're able to navigate up to it.
Sweet.
You run right up and you swing your blade.
A 23.
It hits.
Sweet. Let's see, a 6, and then booming blade is 2d8. Let's use the green ones. All right, so 10, 20 damage.
Okay. You come down, and you just slice into it, and as you hit, a spark of energy comes off your sword and kind of just encases the tentacle itself. 20 damage, you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
How much movement speed do I have left?
You had 50, right?
Yeah.
You have 5.
Okay. I'm gonna step 5 feet back just in case it starts wiggling around.
Okay. As you go to retreat, it actually lashes out and takes a swipe at you.
Does it?
What's your AC?
17.
All right, but you easily just pull your foot out of the way as it tries to grab your leg.
My foot is saved.
And it misses.
Saved.
So close.
Keith, you're up. You are currently face down with a face full of salt water right now. Just spitting it out.
All right, so I stand up.
All right.
And which tentacle is closest to me?
The one close to, probably the one that's on the forecastle on the upper deck, which is where you're at. It's like within 10 feet of you.
Okay. I will first.
James, you'll be next.
Okay.
And is anyone attacking that one, or is that one
right now it's just acting freely. It's kind of creeping towards Dodd.
Okay. I will
oh my God.
Get out, Trey.
God damn it.
You guys are retarded.
Whoa.
Oh, that's from you.
We don't use that word.
Oh my God.
Did you use it already?
God damn it.
I rolled a 20 when I...
Did you just assume my gender?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna lightning bolt that one.
Okay. All right. Are you standing up or are you doing it from prone?
No,
Are you laying
stood up.
down?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just you stand up to your feet, and again you pull your arms back and throw them forward and shoot forth the power of lightning, and it hits fully because I rolled a 2 to dodge.
Nice.
You think a giant cephalopod isn't too dexterous.
Right.
And I'm going to use the sorcery point to re-roll some of that damage.
How much? Oh, sorry.
Those tentacles.
I'm watching a hentai. I know where this goes.
So did I to prepare for this fight. And, for funsies.
Brian, what are you doing? Research.
Close the door, Mom.
and that's 29 damage.
Okay. You blast it with lightning, and it takes it fully.
Yeah, it does.
Again, it convulses and burns and singes, and a chunk of it is missing afterwards, and the rest of it is singed. Go ahead and roll the wild magic. After the blast, you kind of feel a lingering charge in your hands as it does. Why did I close the book?
I don't know.
You should just print out that section.
Print out your section.
Oh,
You ready?
That probably help though.
94.
94.
Are we ready?
All right. As you let loose the lightning, the charge remains in your hand as they grow warm really fast, and the rest of your body warms up really fast. And immediately you start looking at your hands as each finger, one by one, boop, 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 expands twice in size, and the rest of your body follows suit as you expand into a large version of yourself. And you guys see James, after letting loose this lightning, after the flash of light. Keith. After the flash of light, he's standing there, literally 3 times his previous size. Just looking massive. Dude's been hitting the gym. No, they grew with it. His clothes grew accordingly.
And so that was my bonus action.
Yes. So for the next minute, your size increases by one category, so you're large.
So now I'm going to, there's one more tentacle on the ship.
Yeah, there's one. Well, that one's still up top. The other one is on the back deck.
So the one I just lightning bolted is still
on the ship, yeah.
But it's just badly damaged.
Yeah.
I guess I just walk up to it and just grab it and throw it, attempt to throw it off the ship.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Now, do I get any additional strength from my increased size?
No, because it was also a large thing.
Oh, okay.
You guys had equal footing.
May have been a bad idea. 17.
hey.
Okay, you grab it by the back of the tentacle itself and just toss it aside. Part of it latches onto you, but you shake it off and it flies off the side of the ship.
Nice.
Okay, that leaves us with James. Krognak, you'll be next. You see one more tentacle. It's on the back deck.
We're almost done with them.
Your tentacles in the back.
Got it. Well, seeing as how, the last time I insulted it, it didn't really seem to be so infected by it.
Infected?
Infected. This time, I will promptly look to see if there are any other straggling crew members that I can assist.
Right now, the only one you see up top are Dodd. He's the one that was missing most of his teeth and has a bunch of pockmarks on his face.
Dodd.
The one that you inspired earlier, and Marcus. He was the really the happy, jovial guy. He's a huge mole on his face. His hair's in a rat tail. He was the one that did the singing and told the story the other night.
All right.
You see both of them. Marcus is closer to the stairs in the middle main deck, and Dodd is on the front next to, standing adjacent to Keith.
Okay. Did James happen to notice that Puddles was not okay?
Yeah, he saw Puddles in pretty critical condition.
Got it. I would like to start rushing as quickly as I can downstairs to help take care of Puddles.
Okay. You make your way as far as you can downstairs. You get below deck, and you see kind of everyone huddling downstairs, just kind of like trying to secure things. And you see 2 or 3 of the other rat people and Fenton, one of the human guys. He has a silver tooth. You see them just kind of huddle around Puddles, trying to like resuscitate him.
Got it.
That's what it looks like.
Can I use one of my healer's kits upon him?
Sure. Yeah, you rush up, kind of move people away.
Yep.
And attempt to resuscitate him with your healer's kit.
Yeah, do I need a roll or anything on that, or does it just happen?
Is there a roll? I'm not sure. Give me a roll.
Okay, I will roll.
Yeah.
I will mark down.
I think it becomes a medicine check.
Yeah.
With the healer's
Make a medicine check with your proficiency modifier and your wisdom modifier And you're jack of all trades because you're pretty good at everything.
As a bard. That'll be a 25, good sir, with
25.
all those modifiers you allowed me to use.
Well,
Just fall under the dungeons or the dragons.
at first it's kind of weird because you never really worked with rat folk biology.
Yeah.
But you're able to plug up his nose and you plant your mouth around his.
Yeah.
And you give him full CPR.
That is not what the healing kit.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly an AED, all right? You're not charging him in the chest.
That's part of healing him, okay? You just suck that up.
All right.
But with the health kit, you're able to bandage him up and heal him up, and he gasps back to life.
Just put an essential oil disperser next to him. It's like, you're going to be fine.
So he gains. Do you even care?
Have you tried realigning his back?
Do you even care how much health he gains back? Do I need to
I
roll
care
for
very
that?
much how much health he gains back.
Rub some crystals on him. It'll be fine.
So he gets 1d6 plus 4 plus the creature's number of die.
Okay.
You should just take some essential oils and rub him down with that.
7 plus the creature's number of
He just
die.
went mouth to mouth with his semen.
Okay. He's looking pretty fresh at this point. You can tell.
So fresh and so
you've
clean,
done
clean.
really well.
I feel like I have, and
Even give you a little
I see
tongue.
that my job is done here. And
A couple of the other sailors cheer and breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah.
But are still cognizant of the danger that is present.
I stay there to take in their cheers.
Okay.
In my turn.
You at the end of it, when everyone kind of breathes the sigh of relief, you do notice there's more water below deck than there should be. There's just water splashing around.
I mean, should there be
Got it.
any water below deck?
I take this moment.
There should be a little water. It's ballast.
I take this moment to appreciate my recent victory over death. And then I plan for my next turn to start taking care of this water problem.
Krognak, you're up.
Seeing that, like, pretty much all the tentacles are going,
Yeah.
I'm going to use my action to throw my hood up,
Okay.
and I'm going to leap into the water.
Okay. You run to the side of the deck, and without stopping, you jump off the railing. Give me a dexterity check. Aha! I made rules for this.
17.
17. All right. As you run, your foot slips off the railing just a little bit, and you start tumbling, but immediately tuck, flip, and dive just right underneath the water.
Like a slip and slide.
But you're able to save it.
What slides have you been on?
It looks like you
Awesome ones.
Yeah, to anyone looking, it looked really cool. Like with your tail, or not tail, your cloak
tail.
flowing behind you.
The cloak has a bit of a tail, so it's okay.
All right, you get underwater and you see, as soon as you hit the water, you look over and you see the head of this massive, one would say huge octopus, inverted and upside down, attached to the bottom of the ship. And you see a number of tentacles just reaching and grabbing up.
All right, I just want to use the rest of my movement. I was trying to use my bonus action as a dash and just get up like right next. Does he has he has giant eyes, right?
He does.
I want to get right up next to one of his eyes.
Okay.
Or actually, I would like to get in between his eyes in a blind spot, as it were. Let me do that instead.
Okay.
You just don't want to stare him down.
No.
He just wants a hug, man.
Okay.
I'm in his territory at this point.
As you swim by, you see one of the eyes and immediately try to dive off and head for a blind spot. But you do notice one of the eyes immediately sees you and starts just tracking you underwater. Anything else?
Oh, no. It takes an action to put my hood up.
Right. Okay. As you were down there, you see kind of the entire octopus just kind of like pulse just a little bit. The rest of you feel the boat rock one more time, and you hear large cracking noises.
Cracking noise.
Joke's already been made.
From below deck, there's a burst of water rushes through just on one of the sides. You hear it, and you can kind of see water filling up from underneath. James, I'm sorry, that was you. Everyone else, let's see. On the top deck, you see one of the tentacles grab Marcus, immediately wraps him up and yanks him up into the air, and is just holding him.
The one near me.
Yeah.
He takes 1d8 damage.
Why?
Because he moved voluntarily.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
fell for it. You activated my trap card.
Yeah. Five damage.
As it snakes towards Marcus, it recoils instantly from this like invisible force. But you guys you especially feel the impact of the thunder. And then it kind of shakes it off and dives again for Marcus and yanks him. Yeah, yanks him up into the air.
That's fine. I got my damage in.
At the same time, you see 5 more tentacles grab onto, come up out of the water and reach the top deck, immediately just wrapping itself up on the ship. One of the tentacles is actually holding Tegan. It's just grabbing him from underneath the water. It's about 5-10 feet away from the side of the ship. He's just kind of like being grappled and slung around in the air. Kraken, your turn.
How many tentacles does a Kraken have?
Kraken, I don't know. Kraken are mythological, massive world-eating creatures. Giant octopi have 8.
All right. Because it's got more than 8
limbs.
You've only cut one. Like you've only done damage that would cut one off, like to one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. You can see some of the ones that have come up have previous damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You've met these tentacles before.
How close to Tegan am I?
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
He's currently about another 10 feet in the air as the tentacle is just reaching over and like grabbing him and lifting him up.
All right. I just find the tentacle closest to me.
I'm sorry. You said Tegan, not Marcus. Tegan, you're about 5 feet from the railing, and then he's about 10 feet out, just like in the water, being held up.
Tegan and Marcus are in the water?
Marcus is on the main deck, elevated by 10 feet, being held by a tentacle.
Okay.
Tegan is out in the water, elevated by 10 feet.
I go to the tentacle that Marcus is
Okay.
and I recklessly attack it.
Okay.
Does a 27 hit. That's 14 damage.
Okay. Slack. You slice right through it like a hot knife through butter.
Is it dead?
No, it's still alive, actually. It's still holding on to Marcus.
So not all the way through. All right, I attack it again.
Okay.
So if this is a male octopus, this could be its special arm, because male octopuses have a special arm that is their penis.
I think it's male octopusy.
Does a 15 hit? Uh-oh. I crognacked it. It's 10 damage.
Okay. All right. You're able to sever all the way through, and both Marcus and the tentacle come crashing down and hit the deck with a smack. What's left of the tentacle immediately just like tries to retreat underwater.
All right. I yell to him, below deck, son, and then I find the nearest tentacle to me.
Okay. You cut that one open. You immediately turn to your right, and right by the rail, you see one other one. Like you don't have to run to it. It's literally right behind you.
Okay. I attack that shit.
All right.
22.
It hits.
11 damage.
Okay. This one's one of the fresher ones. You haven't seen this tentacle around these parts of the ship yet.
It's a fresh damn it, Brian.
You hack into it, but you don't quite penetrate all the way through. You're able to pierce the surface of it, but you pull back and
it just impacted on the surface. Didn't go in.
All right. Anything else?
If you had thrust harder, it would have gone in.
I curse James.
Theron, you're up, and Keith, you'll be next. Everyone, give me a dexterity save. And I forgot to do my roll.
Even me?
You do not.
18.
17.
21.
10.
Actually, that was a 25.
Can't just add 3 to your dexterity save.
I added 4.
It's 11, by the way. That's what you have to beat.
Wow. What'd you roll?
10.
Even at your larger size, you go to step, but immediately like
he's not used to his larger CG,
and your face catches one of the ropes or raptors or whatever, and you kind of just like lose your balance and fall on your ass.
Does he crush anyone?
He does not, fortunately.
Does my fall
Does he
shake
land on
the
a
ship?
tentacle?
Wait, does his fall shake the ship? and we
No,
have to
he's
make
not
him-
quite big enough
Do we
to
have to make
impact
another dexterity save?
it.
Does
Theron,
it fall
you're
on
up.
tentacle? There is that one that I attacked earlier with the booming blade is still near me.
That's the one that picked up Marcus,
Yeah.
and it is dead.
Okay. I guess the next
looking for
closest
the
tentacle to me.
Uh-huh.
How far away is it?
About 10 feet. It came up from the back of the ship.
Okay. I'm going to move up to that, and I'm going to booming blade that.
Okay. You swing with your sword as it whistles through the air,
Does a 29 hit?
and it does.
What is that shit? It's 2d8. Got 6, 12, 15 damage.
Okay.
And if he moves again,
Right.
1d.
You see that same invisible-ish, it's like predator-like energy around encase the tentacle.
Sweet.
Keith,
Suck it.
you're up. James, you'll be next.
All right. Let's see. Would I be able to cast confusion on the monster if I can only see its tentacles?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll say yes.
All right. So I cast confusion, and he must do a wisdom saving throw against DC 17.
Okay.
How wise is an octopus?
About as wise as an owl.
Aren't octopuses
Not-
like really
Oh
smart?
no! Yes,
Octopuses are very smart.
octopi are very smart.
It's
Both are
octopuses.
acceptable.
I think it's
Octopusi?
octopus.
What?
It's not.
Is that a word?
Not
I think it's
owl. No,
octopuses.
I made that up.
I think
I think it's Psi.
All right. You cast confusion,
maybe.
and you
Oh no, no,
see
the octopi.
over that one tentacle, just this little sprinkle of energy kind of surround it, and immediately it stops and really affects the
Strangles
confusion.
itself.
That'd be an interesting sight.
That would be
It just grows erect.
That's its special arm.
Oh, I forgot to mention they're all already erect.
All the arms are special.
Oh god, I got to swim for sure. I can get away from this thing.
Okay, cool. You feel like it succeeded.
We just got orgied by a kraken.
Yeah.
All right. And
Which one did you cast that on?
I guess
Doesn't
just the
matter.
one closest to me.
Okay. Cool. And go ahead. Did you stand up or were you laying down?
I kind of I guess I was laying down.
He's in like a supine position.
Okay.
You see that picture of Burt Reynolds on the bear rug?
I've never seen a picture of Burt Reynolds.
I feel like we just got lied to.
I'll send you one. Don't worry.
You gonna?
Anyways, you cast
Got a
the
good picture
spell,
of Dave's written asshole to send you.
again, you feel the random energy from the weave just start to flow through you as
The weave.
that's the source of magic in the
Racist
Forgotten Realms.
bastard.
Why has it got to be a weave?
Because it's a
what
weave.
it's
It's
called.
not like it's not a
weave.
horsehair from the beauty shop. It's just
It's weaved through the world, man.
20.
It's in this
the
book.
weave.
It's woved.
So were you standing up or were you laying down?
Well, I never said that I stood up, so I assume
Let's say if you could go back.
logically I would have stood up to cast a spell.
As you're standing and you cast your spell, immediately energy comes back to you and kind of circles you for a second and begins to circle your feet and starts to manifest as grease from you and immediately goes out from underneath you. So you and a point of origin, how big is this? In a 10-foot square around you. So all the space that you encompass immediately covered in an oily, greasy-like substance. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, look, a 10.
What's your what's your spell DC?
Oh, my spell save DC?
Yeah.
17.
All right, you generate so much grease that you're unable to gain your footing, and you immediately start backpedaling, and then your feet come out from under you, and you smack down on the deck again. So now you're on your back.
That cartoony little bitty spin.
The only time lube
It's
didn't
that
help.
WD 16.
So that was a bonus action because
Yeah.
of the effect from earlier.
Yeah.
And so I will stand up.
Okay, for your remaining movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I will just cast the firebolt cantrip
Okay.
at the closest one to me.
Okay. Which is also the one that you confused.
All right.
The tentacles are sentient.
And that is a 14.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. You hit it with firebolt. For how much damage?
12 damage.
Okay.
Aren't you laying down in grease?
Okay.
I stood up.
Did you set yourself on fire though?
All right, it blasts a piece of it away, and immediately the thing just gets blown off the side of the ship. So that's now there are only 3 tentacles on the ship. James, you are below deck, correct? Theron, where are you at? You were on the back on the poop deck still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you done with your turn, Keith?
Oh, as I look at the other tentacles, does it look like any of them were affected, or does it look like just one? It looks
like it only affected that one.
Oh, okay.
You can't tell the behavior of the others.
They're all different.
As your turn ends, you as you turn to look at everyone, your foot catches another pocket of grease, and you give me another dexterity saving throw. It's at the beginning and end of every one of your turns if you're inside.
Dang lube.
You have to beat 17.
I did not.
Immediately, you turn and keep turning as your foot catches, and you fall face down into it. Krognak, where are you at? You're underwater in between in the blind
covered
spot.
in lube.
And Kraken, where are you? You're on the main deck. You just destroyed the ship. All right.
I did not destroy the ship.
I'm sorry. You destroyed the last tentacle that was holding Marcus.
Trying to destroy the ship.
The captain just turned against us all.
Plot twist, Kraken has given up.
Krognak, you'll be next.
Krakens have joined
Let's go ahead and take a break, and then we'll pick it up from there.
Yeah.
So break.
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!